You'll be fine, you always are. My family said it every time they chose my brother over me. So one day I just stopped showing up. Now they're the ones standing on my doorstep begging for help, and I just smile and say, you'll be fine, you always are. For 30 years, I was the one my family called strong. It sounds like a compliment. It isn't. In a family like mine, strong is not something they admire in you. It's a permission they grant themselves. The word that lets them pour every drop of care into someone else. Because the strong one will be fine, you always are, you don't need it the way he does. There were two of us, me and my brother, 3 years younger, born golden. When he cried, the whole house rearranged itself. When I cried, I was told to handle it. He got the last piece of anything worth wanting. I got told there was plenty to go around. When I was 15, I called home for a ride after a school event, and no one answered. I called again and again, then walked 3 miles in the rain, and when I came through the door soaked, my mother looked up, surprised, and said, "Oh, we forgot you were still there. Your brother sprained his wrist." They had forgotten a living child existed because another child had a sprained wrist, and I said it was fine. My first instinct, dripping on the tile, was to ask if he was okay. That was the pattern. He got the childhood. I got the job of holding the house up. When a bill came that nobody wanted to open, it came to me. I quietly refunded the strangers his failed business had cheated, so the family name wouldn't get dragged online. I was the family's emergency fund, and the only thanks I got was one sentence, delivered warmly, like a gift. You'll be fine. You always are. The night it broke was the biggest night of my life. 200 people in a ballroom, my company's name on a screen the size of a garage door, and 3 sentences from the end of my speech. My phone buzzed. Mom. I finished, stepped into the hallway and called her back, because some reflexes are carved so deep they feel like breathing. No hello, no how did it go, just, your brother's in trouble again, and we think you're the only one who can help. I asked how much, and then she said the thing I'll remember until I die. Don't overthink it, sweetheart. You'll be fine. You always are. And she hung up to go handle his crisis, and I stood there in the nicest suit I'd ever owned, feeling like the poorest person alive. I tried once more to be seen. I asked my mother to lunch, just the two of us, something that had never once happened in my adult life. I told her I only seemed to exist to this family when something was broken, that nobody ever showed up for me, and she patted my hand, smiled like she was handing me a medal, and said, "Sweetheart, your brother needs us. He's fragile. You're the strong one. You're the rock this family is built on." And I understood finally that it wasn't confusion. It was certainty. The rock was just the kindest way to say the word she really meant. Furniture, a thing whose whole value is that it never needs anything back. So I stopped. I didn't announce it, didn't send a long email or slam a door. I just turned off the money, turned off my availability, and quietly walked out of the house I'd spent my whole life holding up, and the machine seized. Without me, my brother, and a smooth stranger convinced my parents the family restaurant was underleveraged and mortgaged the house to chase a dream that burned to the ground in one season. The restaurant went dark, the house went to auction, and the messages came. First guilt, then fury, then begging, all reaching for the same word they'd used to drain me. You're the strong one. Family helps family. I didn't answer. Until the Saturday all 3 of them came to find me. My father, grayer than I'd ever seen him. My mother, her armor gone. My brother, hollow-eyed in a jacket that no longer fit. My father, who had never asked me for anything in his life, opened his mouth, and the words rushed out. "Please, we made mistakes. We should have seen you, and we're so sorry." My mother was crying, the way I'd never once seen her cry for me. "We lost the restaurant. The house is next. You're the only one who can save us. You always could." And my brother, the golden one, looked up with wet eyes and said the one word he had never once said to me in our entire lives. "Please." I looked at them for a long moment. My whole family, assembled at last, every eye on my face, waiting. It was the thing I'd wanted my entire childhood, to be the one they turned to, and it had come 30 years too late. I felt no triumph, just a distant, quiet pity. I gave them the only thing I had left to give, the truth, in the exact words they'd taught me. "I appreciate you saying all that. I really do." A flicker of hope lit in my mother's eyes. I let it settle. Then I looked at each of them in turn, my voice gentle and final as a door clicking shut. "But you're going to be okay. I know you are. You'll be fine. You always are." Click here to watch part 2 of the story.